Hello, hi, and welcome to this Saturday's A Soothing Saturday. So today we are going to be talking about how to be authentic or how to live in your authenticity. So if you're really interested in discovering more about this and how you can be a little bit more you, go ahead and stick until the end because this is definitely one that you do not want to miss. So go ahead and let's get it started. So, what is up with all of this be authentic stuff going on, right? So today I really wanted to talk about this subject because I get so many people asking me how to be more of themselves, how to be authentic. And it is quite interesting how many people don't know too much about themselves. But at the same time, it's not very uncommon because normally a lot of people generally will just go about life with routine, with responsibilities, and allowing responsibilities or sort of roles in the family or roles at work dictate who they are as a person. But that's not necessarily being authentic. So I wanted to touch on this subject briefly this Saturday to sort of give everybody a little bit more to work with themselves. Yeah. So the 4 things that I wanted to talk about, they're more of like steps. Okay. And I really do feel like these should be taken in the order that I'm going to tell you guys them in. But of course, everyone can take them however they resonate. But one way, the first step that I would definitely tell people is do it for yourself. Make the decision for you. For yourself, to have, whether it's to have a deeper connection with yourself, to understand yourself, or whether you're doing it because, you want to know why are you attracting this energy or why is this happening to you. Whatever it is, whatever your reason is, make sure it's a reason for you. That it's not like you're doing it for someone else. You get what I'm saying? Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about was to observe. Observe yourself. Allow yourself to really look at who you are and where you're at, unapologetically and non-judgmental. It's definitely key to truly observing yourself. And notice what kind of energies you interact with on the norm. When I say norm, it's like normal for you at this time. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's good or it's bad or it's this or that. It's more of like, what is this, what's the repetitive nature of the energy happening around you and how are you interacting with it? So this is understanding yourself rather than being judgmental. And I would definitely tell people during this stage to do not be so rough on yourself with judging yourself, but rather, or even judging the energies around you, okay? Because everybody's on a different path. So it does not serve anybody for you to judge their path as well, right? It's like everybody has their own right to be themselves or to be whatever version of themselves they are in that time, okay? Allow people their space too. Now, the main thing during this time is to have self-compassion, is to realize that there are going to be situations that you see within yourself that you're not exactly okay with, or it doesn't make you feel comfortable. And that is okay. The point of that part of part 2 is step 2 is just to observe, just to watch, just to be this scientist amongst your life, to look and see if you had, I'm not saying anything negative, but like if you had passed away or something and you were looking at how your life is right now up until this point, what kind of energy are you allowing in your frequency? What kind of energy are you giving off? And how does this affect the world around you? Okay. Now, the other thing that I definitely wanted to touch on, after you observe, you're going to figure out that there are different things that you may want to incorporate in your life. The third step is where you decide, what version of yourself do you want to be? You don't have to be there, and you don't have to worry about how to get there. All you have to do is know, what do you want to be? You know, when we were kids, we were asked those things. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be right now? Why don't we just pretend and we're playing this or we're playing that, right? We can be whoever we want to be in that moment as a child. This is the same authentic nature you want to start incorporating into your life. But instead of thinking of it as in we're all pretend rocket ships or something, we are instead embodying the energy internally, and we're allowing that frequency to easily come to us while we prepare whatever our surroundings are right now for that new frequency to enter. But it's not just about allowing a new version into your own life. It's about being able to maintain it. How can you maintain it if, you know, for instance, you want to manifest a love interest or you want to manifest a job or something? How are you going to be able to maintain that if you don't have the mindset for it? Or if you don't have the equipped resources, the inner resources for it? So the way that you get there is by, remember the last step we observed? So you take those observations, understanding where you are, what frequencies you guys are calling in. It doesn't mean the frequency of, you know, there's A, B, C, or there's 1, 2, 3. No. These frequencies are always flowing. They're always changing. And that means you can change your frequency at any time you choose, which is beautiful. So, and then maintaining that is also beautiful too, because you could live in a frequency. And that's where people will have these quantum leaps and all these different things always happening to them, and they just seem like lucky people, but they're not. Well, they are, but like if they get into that type of frequency, yes. But most of the time what happens is they maintain a vibration, and they do not compromise their vibration. They do not compromise their energy with anyone around them or with situations that may come up, because everybody has some type of challenge. But when we decide we want to live in a certain frequency, we want a certain lifestyle in our future, we are well aware right away that we are not in that future right now, right? So when we're doing this process, have patience with yourself and compassion for where you are right now. But don't focus on where you're at right now. Focus on where you want to be and be in that already. So let's say you're able to go into the future and you're able to look at yourself in the future, right? And you're able to say, hey, can you give me some of the energy that you have right now? You're talking to yourself in the future and you're like, hey, can you give me some of the energy that you have right now so I could take this back so I could catch up faster, right? This is what you're doing, right? And then when you do this, you think, that version of me that owns this or that has this type of lifestyle, what does that version of me say about this lifestyle right now? What would that version of me say about these certain friends or these certain energetic alignments? Are they aligning with me getting to that point? You know, so you start to question what it is that you're allowing into your frequency. You see, nothing can enter your frequency unless you allow it to. And it can be around you, yet not be allowed to enter into your energy frequency. You see what I'm saying? This is because you uphold a self-worth, okay? So when you decide I am worth this version of myself, and I'm going to act as if I'm already in that, and I'm going to start making decisions that that version of me will make right now, oh, you are calling that in. And if you maintain that lifestyle, that's how you maintain that frequency. And that's how you will call in that manifestation of whatever it is, that type of lifestyle that you want to live. And you'll be able to keep it. So many people are able to call in a lifestyle, but not really able to maintain it. And the reason why is because they're not being in their authentic self. They're making decisions based off of what they think they want rather than how they truly feel about themselves and where they feel like they really align with this. It doesn't matter if you may at this point in time think that that's absurd or ridiculous. Don't think that any idea or dream is ridiculous. Because we're on a miracle planet. The fact that you're alive is ridiculous. So think as ridiculous as you want. And when you do this, the fourth leads me to the fourth step, which is aligning yourself. You maintain the alignment. That's it. Align with your authentic self. And if that authentic self shifts and you go, you know what? I just went to this seminar or I just went to this or that. And I realize that that's not me. The version of myself thinks broader than that. It thinks bigger than that. The version of myself that I want to be has an enterprise or has this or that. Be okay. Be daring to do that. And allow yourself to adjust the alignment at any time because you can. Because you can. Okay? And when you do this, you're aligning with your authenticity. And in that alignment, you are already living in your authenticity. The point of authenticity and living in your authenticity doesn't start when you align with your authentic self. No. The point of truly being authentic and living in that authenticity is by simply being honest during your observations of where you are. That first step. Yeah, that's the first real step. The doing it for yourself, we could do it while we are not in alignment and not trying to be authentic. But the being honest part and observing who you are and what energy you have called in and being energetically responsible and accountable for where you are today, that is so important. It's the only route you can truly take to align with your authentic self. So don't be afraid. Instead, see it as an opportunity. And you don't have to tell everyone around you that you're living in your authentic self. No, this is a journey that's for you to experience. Everyone else, let them talk. Let them talk about the authentic version of you. And if someone doesn't like it, I just want to throw this out there, but if someone doesn't like it, I wrote this down for you guys. I was looking at it, I was debating about whether I was going to read it to you, but I think honestly I'm going to read this to you. I wrote this for you. If someone doesn't value your changes, they don't value authenticity. And that alone tells you to have compassion. They simply cannot relate to you because they don't relate to themselves. You see? So there's no need to be afraid of what other people think, especially trying to be your authentic self. Because if you ever try to be more of a people pleaser rather than your authentic self, you will never achieve that authenticity and self-love within. Yeah, you'll always be seeking for something outside of yourself or someone outside of yourself. So be daring, be bold, and claim who you are, okay? I dare you. I dare you. I double dog dare you to be yourself, your authentic self. Yes. So thank you guys for joining me here today and being a part of this Soothing Saturday. Yes. And if you got something from this video, go ahead and give it a like, leave a comment below, let me know how this resonates with you and how you're living in your authenticity, and share a little bit about your journey. Yes. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that way you are notified every time I upload a new video for you. Yes, so have a fantastic weekend, you guys, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.